the day I gave birth. My sister, who had been missing for a year, suddenly burst into the delivery room like a ghost. Holding a knife, she lunged at my swollen belly. The crown prince, to protect me, pierced his sword through my sister's chest. Before my sister died, she tightly grabbed my ankle with her blood-stained finger, cursing my child to die prematurely, cursing me to have a terrible death. I cried out in fear. The crown prince tenderly covered my eyes. Everyone said the crown prince loved me deeply. Only I knew. As my elder sister fell, she mouthed her last 2 words to me. Run. It was because at the age of 7, I listened to my father, put on my crown prince brother's clothes and single-handedly led away the rebels. But I was abducted to the enemy camp for 8 years. When crown prince brother found me, I was so battered and mentally impaired by the rebels. To cure me, crown prince brother crawled 999 steps to pray for my peace and well-being. To marry me as his wife, he publicly stabbed himself 18 times to force the officials to agree. But on the day of my wedding, sister's foot pressed a knife to her own neck. Her eyes red, she asked crown prince brother, "You want her, or me? If you choose her, tomorrow I will marry into Prince Chi's mansion. From now on, you spoil your crown princess. I will be your princess. Our love is severed. We will not see each other in the next life." Crown prince brother hesitated, but I stepped forward and pulled sister's hand, and said to her, "Sister, you look beautiful when you smile." Sister flung my hand away, her eyes cold. "So dirty. Don't touch me." I lowered my head in grievance. I don't understand why sister, who used to love holding me and calling me little dumpling, suddenly became so cold. So I turned to look at mother beside me. Seeing her eyes were also red, a hint of forbearance flashed in her eyes. But she said with the same tone of disgust, "Joe Tong, why did I give birth to you, a debt-collecting ghost? I don't know what kind of ghost a debt-collecting ghost is. But I don't want to be a ghost." I wanted to step forward and hug mother, but father stopped me. He said, "Tong Tong, a married daughter is like spilled water. From now on you have no connection with our general's mansion. From now on, don't come back again." I heard the tremor in father's voice, shook my head desperately, stammered, "Father, don't drive me away. I am not leaving." But father acted as if he couldn't hear my plea, directly put on my red bridal veil, and forcefully pushed me into crown prince brother's arms, gritted his teeth and said, I cried all the way. Midway, crown prince brother lifted my sedan curtain. His voice suppressed yet gentle, he coaxed me, "Don't cry. From now on I am your only family." I am 15. Because of this sentence, I believed him for 10 years. Until 3 years later, news of my family being raided came from outside. The maids in the East Palace told me, because Prince Chi rebelled, my family was also implicated. I don't understand rebellion, the meaning of, but I know my father and mother were imprisoned in a dark and hopeless dungeon. My elder sister miscarried due to shock. Her life is unknown. I begged my elder brother, the crown prince, to take me to see my father and mother, but he refused with a cold face. From the day you got married, they publicly announced they didn't have a daughter like you. They are heartless and unjust. Why do you insist on maintaining this relationship? In 3 years, my elder brother, the crown prince, taught me to read and write. He was my only teacher. What he said, I always obeyed. Only this time, I did not comply. I want to see them. Seeing my persistence, my elder brother, the crown prince, no longer insisted. He instructed me expressionlessly, "It's okay to let you see them. But after this meeting, you should also realize, only I truly love you. They also deserve to die." After speaking, he had someone prepare a carriage for me. Inside the carriage, it was padded with soft cushions. My personal maid Xiao Ju picked a piece of my favorite peach blossom crisp from the pastry box. With admiration in her eyes she said, "Crown Princess, His Highness the Crown Prince is truly good to you. These years whenever you dreamed, His Highness the Crown Prince would put aside all official duties and stay by your side. He holds a high position but is pure and self-disciplined. There are no other female attendants besides you. Even if you casually say you want to eat something, no matter how late it is, he would personally go and buy the pastries you love." But your elder sister not only caused a scene at your wedding ceremony, even after marriage she went around saying she didn't have a sister like you. And your parents only loved your elder sister and left the best for her. When you got married they prepared 2 chests of dowry, but your elder sister's dowry was 18 chests. I nodded. I didn't reach out to take the pastry, nor did I speak. Everyone said, my elder brother the crown prince married me out of gratitude. But these years, as long as my parents said something bad about me outside, my elder brother the crown prince ordered people to set up porridge stalls outside the city in my name, donated incense money to Huguo Temple. Every time my elder sister compared herself to me, the valuable items in my room increased. Xiao Ju told me, "This is my elder brother the crown prince supporting me," slapping my maternal family in the face, and advised me to accept the crown prince's kindness with peace of mind. But I always felt something was not quite right. Seeing the colorful jewelry, I couldn't get interested. As I entered the prison cell, I saw my once tall and strong general father holding my mother huddled in a corner. They were dirty, mixed with blood. The stuffy air was filled with the smell of blood. I hate that smell. The 8 years I was held captive by the enemy, I endured all sorts of torture. The only thought that kept me alive was going home. I looked at my father, parted my lips, but couldn't make a sound. At that moment, my mother held in my father's arms noticed me. Her bloodshot eyes glared fiercely at me. Her voice was hoarse and unpleasant. "Is the crown princess here to mock our family?" I shook my head, not understanding why my mother would ask that, nor knowing how to respond. On the way, Xiao Ju and I had imagined how things would play out. She said, "My mother and father will surely beg me to spare their lives because I am favored in the Eastern Palace, and ask me to plead with Crown Prince Gerger to release them from prison. I never expected my mother to curse me. Are you not very fortunate that it was you who married into the Eastern Palace? And not your sister? But with just you a fool, can you really hold on to the position of crown princess? Perhaps in another 2 years, the crown prince will take a concubine, and your fate will be even more miserable than ours. I felt a pang of sadness at my mother's words. After thinking for a long time, I only managed to mumble, "No, Crown Prince Gerger wouldn't do that to me. He said he would be my family for life." My mother let out a shrill laugh. "You've been married to the Crown Prince for so many years and you're still not pregnant. Your sister already has 3 children. It's obvious whether he loves you or not." I understood this sentence, because the Empress had also told me, "Have a child with Crown Prince Gerger soon." But every time I asked Crown Prince Gerger, "When can he have a child with me?" he would always smile and brush it off, saying no rush. Sometimes he would even say, he doesn't like children. Before I could tell my mother that Crown Prince Gerger didn't have children because he didn't like them. The next second, my mother suddenly grabbed a pebble from the ground and accurately threw it at my head through the bars. A bloody pit immediately appeared on my delicate forehead. Blood flowed down my cheeks, staining the new jacket Crown Prince Gerger had made for me. I seemed unable to feel the pain. Standing there blankly, my heart felt like it was being squeezed by a pair of large hands, making it difficult to breathe. Xiao Ju beside me let out a piercing scream. "How dare you injure the Crown Princess? The Crown Prince will not let you go when he finds out. Give us a quick end." My father remained silent the entire time, until I was being supported by Xiao Ju to leave. He slowly moved his body, and took out a bag of malt candy from his embrace. I remember 8 years ago, my father promised me that if I completed the task, he would buy me a whole bag of malt candy as a reward. As I was about to reach out to take it, Xiao Ju suddenly knocked the malt candy out of my father's hand. The malt candy immediately shattered on the ground. Xiao Ju said with a serious expression. "Maltose instantly shattered on the ground." Little Chrysanthemum said with a solemn expression. "Still want to poison the Crown Princess?" Truly adding insult to injury. Before I could speak in defense of father, I was forcibly dragged back to the East Palace by Xiao Ju to treat my wounds. It wasn't even dark yet. Crown Prince Gerger returned from the palace. Seeing the wound on my forehead, he clenched his fists. A hint of hatred flashed in his eyes. He called Xiao Ju to the courtyard. Through the window, I watched Xiao Ju excitedly describe everything that happened in the prison today. Before Xiao Ju could finish, Crown Prince Gerger returned to the room. His eyes were wild, with a hint of displeasure. Before I could speak, Crown Prince Gerger kissed my cold lips. He pushed me onto the bed, removed the bed curtains. For a full 3 days, he didn't attend morning court, nor did he allow me to play in the courtyard. When he finally allowed me to go out and sunbathe on the 4th day, I learned that my parents were dead. According to Xiao Ju, they were torn apart by 5 horses, died from blood loss, unburied. Even the 3 children my elder sister gave birth to were exiled along with them. One of them, due to weakness, had already died on the way to exile. The bodies were thrown to the wolves as food. I wanted to cry, but Crown Prince Gerger wouldn't let me cry. He pulled my hand forcefully and said, "Don't worry, you will always be my only crown princess, and we should have a child." A month later, I was found to be pregnant. The Empress was very happy. She sent many rare treasures to my courtyard. Even Crown Prince Gerger was very attentive to the child in my belly. Once I pretended to be asleep, and heard Crown Prince Gerger suppressing his voice saying in my ear, "Tong Tong, I will definitely prove to your elder sister that her choice back then was wrong." The next day I asked Xiao Ju, "Why couldn't my elder sister marry Crown Prince Gerger with me?" Xiao Ju solemnly told me, "It's not that she couldn't, it's that your elder sister was unwilling. Back then His Highness the Crown Prince wanted to marry her, you as a concubine, but she refused to let you enter the East Palace. She made all sorts of trouble. This servant has never seen such selfish family members. Others hope their sisters live well and support each other, but your elder sister, for her own selfish gain, didn't care about your future life at all. In the end, even Her Majesty the Empress couldn't stand it, and ordered His Highness the Crown Prince to no longer contact your elder sister. People outside also sympathize with you." I vaguely understood, touching my increasingly round belly. I frowned and retorted, "But my elder sister used to be very good to me. If I wanted to eat pastries, my elder sister would also make them for me." Unexpectedly, Crown Prince Gerger suddenly entered the room. He raised his hand and pinched my nose. With a doting look he said, "Silly girl, whoever gives you something to eat is treating you well. What about me?" I blinked and said, "Okay," but there was still half a sentence left. I didn't say it out loud. My parents and elder sister from before. In the blink of an eye, my belly became round like a ball. When Xiao Ju shouted, "The Crown Princess," water broke. At that moment, I was sitting in the courtyard swinging on a swing. I looked down and saw clear liquid between my legs. I immediately panicked and covered my head with both hands. My shoulders trembled. I didn't pee. Crown Prince rushed over. Seeing my frightened appearance, he picked me up and rushed back into the room without hesitation. He bent down and kissed my eyebrows and eyes, comforting me. "Tong Tong, don't be afraid. I am here, but the person I want to see most right now is not him. It's elder sister," Xiao Ju said. "Elder sister has been missing for a whole year. Crown Prince sent people to look for her, but there was no news at all. They all said, elder sister is dead, but I always feel, elder sister is still alive. Your Highness, your precious body cannot stay in the delivery room all the time. Leave it to us here." The midwife invited the Crown Prince out. Immediately after, I heard cheers in my ears. "Crown Princess, push hard. The baby is coming out soon." "That's great. I can see the head. Push one more time. You'll succeed." But my face was already covered in sweat. As I was feeling dizzy, I heard a cry, loud and crisp. "She's born, she's born." The crown princess has given birth. It's a prince. Firecrackers sounded outside the door. I tried to open my heavy eyelids, wanting to get a clear look at the little prince being held by the midwife. A thin figure suddenly lunged to my bedside. A chill made me involuntarily widen my eyes. Then a pair of dry hands grasped my warm palm. I blurted out subconsciously, "Elder sister, you finally came to see me." The next second, elder sister pulled a dagger from her waist. This time, she pointed the dagger at my chest. Her voice trembled. "Zhou Tong, why didn't you die in the enemy camp? Why did you come back alive? Why did you steal the life that originally belonged to me? I hate you. You ruined my entire life. I curse you to be schemed against and die tragically in the second half of your life. I curse your child to not grow up alive. I curse you and the crown prince to eventually become estranged." Elder sister's words were mournful, but I saw the emotion surging in her eyes. When everyone thought the dagger in her hand was about to stab me in the chest, I was about to die at this moment. Crown Prince rushed in. He snatched the dagger from my sister's hand with his bare hands. Blood dripped onto my face, but he couldn't care less. He kicked my sister to the ground. I had never seen Crown Prince so angry. He glared at my sister with hatred. His voice was full of rage. "Do you have a heart? You lost your position as crown princess yourself back then. Now you blame Tong Tong for stealing the life that was originally yours. Someone as greedy as you is not worthy of entering our royal family at all. You even dare to curse my newborn child. Don't worry, Tong Tong and my child will never die prematurely. He is my legitimate eldest son. After I ascend the throne, he will be my crown prince. No one can shake his position. With such a status to protect him, he will surely live a long life. Your curse is destined to fail. If I have wronged anyone in this life, it will be heaven and earth. It will not be Tong Tong." After saying that, Crown Prince closed his eyes and drew the sword at his waist. He thrust it directly into my sister's chest. The moment my sister fell, I actually saw a smile on her face. Just like when I was young, my sister sat under the pear blossom tree making my favorite glutinous rice balls. Seeing me steal one to eat, her helpless and indulgent expression, I told Xiao Ju about this. She shook her head and said sternly, "Your Highness, your elder sister is a wicked and poisonous woman who deserves to die. To poison you and the little prince. She even ruined her own face and lay in the backyard of the Eastern Palace for half a year. Knowing that you were giving birth, she took advantage of the chaos to sneak into your courtyard to harm you and the little prince. If it weren't for His Highness the Crown Prince appearing in time, you and the little prince would have been harmed by her. She even cursed you and the little prince to have a terrible death. Someone as wicked as her should go to the 18th level of hell." I held the child blankly, but in my heart I thought, my sister should not go to the 18th level of hell. Since giving birth to the child, my once smooth belly was suddenly covered with many terrifying poisonous snakes. I cried uncontrollably in fear, but Crown Prince brought the female doctor to examine it, and then ordered the imperial kitchen to send many delicious foods to comfort me. "Don't be afraid, Tong Tong. These are not snakes. It's a reward for your brave birth of our child." Although he said it was a reward, I still caught a fleeting hint of disgust in Crown Prince's eyes. From that day on, Crown Prince visited me much less often. He said he was busy with official duties, but I overheard the maids cleaning in the courtyard, saying that Crown Prince had a new favorite female disciple. She is the legitimate second daughter of the Grand Tutor's family. She is 15 this year, the same age as when I first married into the Eastern Palace. I have never met Crown Prince's rumored female disciple, and I don't think Crown Prince has any suspicious relationship with her. Until my child fell ill, all the imperial physicians in the palace could do nothing, and advised me to prepare for the worst. Even the Empress personally came to the Eastern Palace to comfort me and told me to relax. There will be new children in the future. I didn't understand their roundabout words, but I could understand the maid's private discussions. The little prince is dying. The Crown Prince was still at the Grand Tutor's mansion celebrating Miss Yun's birthday. My child will die. I don't like this word, because every time I hear this word, I have a loved one who will leave me. My father and mother are dead. My elder sister is dead. I don't want my child to die too. So I asked Xiao Ju to find the Crown Prince. Tell him to come back and save our child. But Xiao Ju rushed out of the mansion and returned with a wolf's howl. 2 winding whip marks appeared on her back. She wiped the blood from the corner of her mouth and comforted me. "Crown Princess, the little prince is blessed and will surely survive this ordeal. Please rest assured, when the Crown Prince finishes his work, he will surely return to be with you." But I waited and waited. Waited until dark. Waited until the breathing of the child in my arms grew weaker and weaker. And still the Crown Prince did not return. At this time, a sentence suddenly came from the harem. "The Crown Prince has violated the poisonous oath, and the nation will suffer retribution." Instantly people were in a panic. Even the director of the Imperial Observatory said, "Your humble servant observed the celestial phenomena last night, and saw a star near the Ziwei enclosure dim and lusterless, accompanied by a comet's tail. This is an ominous sign for the Eastern Palace. There is a sign of a noble star being covered by dust. I fear that the Crown Prince's virtue is lacking, affecting the celestial phenomena, and may be detrimental to the nation's fortune. I hope your majesty will investigate as soon as possible, to appease the hearts of the people of the world." Not long after, the Crown Prince actually ran out of the Grand Tutor's mansion on his own. He didn't care about his appearance. His hair disheveled, his eyes red. He knelt before my bed. In this life, I have seen the Crown Prince with red eyes 3 times in total. Once was when I got married, when my elder sister threatened him to choose between her and me. Once was when my elder sister passed away, when he stabbed my elder sister's chest with a sword at his waist. Once is now, when he held our child, and begged my elder sister not to take our child's life. Surprisingly, after the Crown Prince returned and stayed with me for 3 days, my child's illness actually recovered. Even the imperial physicians called it a miracle. The Imperial Observatory also repeatedly reported that the celestial phenomena had returned to normal, and the country was prosperous and the people were at peace. From then on, the Crown Prince never went to see the Grand Tutor's daughter again. I heard from Xiaoju that the Crown Prince had asked the Empress to marry the legitimate daughter of the Grand Tutor's family to a remote fiefdom. Spring turned to autumn and another year passed. My child uttered their first word, and I was overjoyed. Holding my child's chubby little hand, I repeatedly asked him to call me again Mother. However, the Crown Prince was not happy about this. He picked up the chubby little boy and patted his bottom, complaining, "You little rascal, you only call mother. Why don't you call father?" Perhaps because my child who had just learned to speak was so novel. The Crown Prince surprisingly stayed in my room for 7 consecutive days. Perhaps because my child who had just learned to speak was rare. Crown Prince brother surprisingly stayed in my room for 7 consecutive days. Every night he told me, "Tong Tong, let's have a daughter. If the daughter is like you, very cute, Kakugetsu, I really have a pregnancy. This pregnancy, it's really a daughter. I am very happy." Crown Prince brother is also very happy. The common people set up a banquet for 7 days. Just as I was thinking about what to name my daughter, Crown Prince brother said to me, "I have guarded you for so many years, and had a son and a daughter with you. It can be considered worthy of the oath I made back then. Now the court is in turmoil. Several of my younger brothers have the ambition to seize the throne. I need help. Don't worry, even if I marry someone back to the East Palace, I will not neglect you because of this. My promise back then still counts. You are always my only crown princess. The future empress. Our ruler is the future crown prince. Daughter is the most noble eldest princess." But I could only understand one sentence. "Can I just take a concubine?" Before I could answer, Xiaoju suddenly led my ruler in. Runer can already walk, but he can't walk very steadily yet. He needs someone to watch him at all times. He is very cute, tender and soft. His voice is also soft and gentle. Seeing Crown Prince brother, Runer actually stretched out his arms to him and hugged his thigh tightly, said in a milky voice, "In my dream, Auntie wants to take Runer." He spoke haltingly, but Crown Prince brother's expression changed. I combined Runer's words. It means there is an auntie in the dream. Auntie wants to take him to play. I don't know which auntie Runer is talking about. Before I could pick up Runer, Crown Prince brother hugged Runer and went directly into the study. When he pushed open the study door again, he said to his confidant by his side, "Go back to Empress Mother and tell her to find a reason to marry off the daughter of Censor Lin. I won't marry her." The 10th year of being with Crown Prince brother. My Runer is 6.5 years old. My Mian is 5.5 years old. In these 5 years, I truly felt that raising children is hard. Raising 2 children is even harder, although they are mostly well behaved. But which child doesn't fuss? When Runer recited the entire 3-character classic in front of me, I suddenly realized that Crown Prince brother's complexion seemed to have worsened a lot. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night and hear him coughing secretly by the bedside. Alone, he even coughed up blood once. But when I called the imperial physician to see him, they couldn't find the cause. Perhaps he was truly powerless. Crown Prince brother moved many of the maids serving him away from the East Palace. He spent more time with me and the 2 children than before. I took the opportunity to hand the children over to him and hid in my room to fiddle with some food. Since my 25th birthday, I have also become much more mature. At least I don't turn red-nosed at the drop of a hat anymore. But I never expected that Crown Prince brother would bring a commoner fishing girl back to the Eastern Palace during an inspection tour. This time, he seemed possessed, ignoring everyone's advice, insisting on taking the fishing girl as a concubine. Even though rumors spread throughout the palace, and my sister's curse from back then resurfaced, he remained unmoved. He was determined to marry her, even threatening to give up his position as crown prince. He vowed to live a simple life as a couple with her in the common folk. When he knelt outside my door begging me to fulfill his wish to marry the fishing girl, I opened the door, sniffled with my red nose, and asked him, "Crown Prince brother, didn't you say you wanted to be my family? I am marrying you, only to repay a debt of gratitude." Those short 11 words pierced my chest like needles. I asked Xiaoju, "What is repaying a debt of gratitude?" This time, Xiaoju lied to me. She said, "Repaying a debt of gratitude is also love. Crown Prince brother loves me." But I later learned that repaying a debt of gratitude is not love. Hate is. I dreamed of my sister again. But in this dream, she didn't blame me for snatching her marriage. Instead, like when we were young, she placed me on her lap, stroked my forehead with her hand, and whispered in my ear, "Tong Tong, you've grown up. It's time for you to make your own decisions. Sister can't help you anymore." After waking up from the dream, I heard that Crown Prince brother had forcibly entered the prison to save the fishing girl who was imprisoned, and was stabbed 18 times by the imperial guards. He was on the verge of death. All the imperial physicians in the palace worked overnight to save him, barely managing to preserve his life. However, he lost his fertility. He would only have 2 children, Runer and Mian in his lifetime. Crown Prince brother told me in a hoarse voice, "Your sister's curse has followed me my whole life. Now I just want to live for myself." Is that really not allowed? I smiled and wiped the tears from his eyes with my hand, telling him with a smile, "Crown Prince brother, thank you for taking care of me for so long. Now it's my turn to take care of you. Do whatever you want to do. Just do it." Upon receiving my response, Crown Prince brother was surprisingly delighted. Later, under my persuasion, His Majesty and the Empress agreed to let Crown Prince brother marry the fishing girl. But due to the sensational rumors back then, no one truly respected the fishing girl. After all, they all knew that my ruler was the future crown prince and the future emperor. Anyone who dared to harm my ruler would be going against the nation. The fishing girl whom Crown Prince brother once considered his true love also revealed her greedy nature after entering this harem. She wanted to compete with me, to snatch from me, to climb to my position. But no matter how hard she tried, she could not restore Crown Prince's body, cannot have children, even to restore Crown Prince's fertility. Found many folk remedies from outside. When Xiao Ju told me that the fisherwoman had bought many young tonifying things from outside, easily harms a man's body. I was accompanying Runer exercising. Runer now has archery class. Must practice more. When I heard Xiao Ju complaining to me that the fisherwoman did not abide by the rules of the Eastern Palace, I quickly patted her shoulder. Xiao Ju, let her be. With my word, Xiao Ju immediately gave orders. The people in the Eastern Palace no longer restrained the fisherwoman. Unexpectedly, the folk remedies from outside actually had some effect. Half a year later, the fisherwoman was actually pregnant. Crown Prince was surprised and delighted. Thought he had regained his fertility. For this reason he got drunk and favored a palace maid. When the news reached my ears, I was accompanying Mian practicing her needlework. According to the Empress, Mian's needlework skills are even better than the palace embroiderers. Runer has also received many praises from the Grand Tutor. Even His Majesty said, Runer has the brilliance of the Crown Prince in his youth. I am very happy. My children are all working hard. But accidents always come so suddenly. When I learned that Runer fell from his horse and hit his head and was unconscious, I also cried and fainted. Perhaps because I never cried or made a fuss. I never complained about anyone's faults in front of the Crown Prince. Heard that I was seriously ill. Crown Prince once again stayed by my bedside for 3 days and 3 nights without closing his eyes. He knew he had wronged me, and did not dare to easily forget the curse of my elder sister. At that time he gambled his life, gambled the national fortune to marry the fisherwoman. He knew he owed me a favor. I clasped his hand, and asked him to investigate the reason for Runer's fall from his horse. He only thought I was worried about my son, and did not notice the calmness in my eyes. After Crown Prince left, I asked a Jew to burn a basin of hot water, wet the handkerchief, and wiped my hands 5 times repeatedly. A Jew didn't say anything, just looked at me. After a while she said, Crown Princess, you and your elder sister are becoming more and more alike. I smiled. Yes, how could we not be alike? We are family after all. Perhaps driven by Crown Prince's guilt. In less than half a month, the reason for Runer's fall from his horse was found. It was the fisherwoman who did it, and he found the fisherwoman's whereabouts. A major event also occurred in the Eastern Palace. Mian was on her way to see me, accidentally stumbled upon the fisherwoman and the Crown Prince's personal guard having intercourse in the grass, unaware of what was happening. When caught, the fisherwoman's red belly band was still hanging on the guard's waist. Truly crazy. Therefore, the child in her womb was likely not the Crown Prince's. For this reason, Crown Prince was dispirited. I did not appear at all during this time. I only heard that Crown Prince ordered people to transport the fisherwoman's body out of the palace overnight. As for how she died, I don't want to inquire. Afraid of dirtying my ears, I made an excuse that I had to take care of Runer who fell from her horse, and didn't have time to accompany my Tai Zigigi. So I assigned a palace maid who had previously been favored by my Tai Zigigi to take care of him. Perhaps because he had just experienced betrayal, the palace maid casually comforted him a couple of times, and it entered his heart. When I learned of this I said nothing, but instead I continuously instructed the East Palace kitchen to make more medicinal meals for my Tai Zigigi. My actions reached the Empress' ears. She praised me, saying that although my mind wasn't as sharp as others, my methods were grand. Perhaps it was because of the comparison with my elder sister who had gone mad before. No one in the entire harem could stop praising me, and I also got used to being praised. The child I gave birth to was also called a lucky treasure for being well-behaved and intelligent. When I finished listening to Runer recite the state governance policies, the string that had been taut in my heart finally loosened. At the same time, a piece of bad news spread through the palace. The emperor is dead. When the news reached the East Palace, my Tai Zigigi actually fell directly from his couch. I don't know if it was due to emotional agitation. His lower body suddenly became unable to move. He sent someone to invite me, but he didn't know that I had already arranged everything, and took my Runer and Mian to go there. When Xiao Ju brought people to carry the disheveled Tai Zigigi into the palace on a stretcher, everyone covered their eyes. My Tai Zigigi ashamed pounded the ground with his fists, threatening Xiao Ju that he would have her executed by slow slicing. He never dreamed that the spy he arranged by my side would one day betray him. Even more so, he never dreamed that Xiao Ju was from our general's mansion from the very beginning, and was my elder sister's person. Xiao Ju said to him, Your Highness, there are thousands of ways to repay kindness, but you chose the most foolish one. Years ago you wanted to use Miss Tongtong's life to lure out the enemy army, and take the opportunity to secure your position as Crown Prince, threatening General Zhou with the lives of his entire clan to abandon his daughter. Years later, you again wanted to use repayment of kindness to gain a reputation for being affectionate and righteous, and even wanted to enjoy the blessings of having multiple wives. Wanting both, did you think Miss Yan was acting out of pique, wanting to force you to give up marrying her? She hates you. She hates you for trapping her only sister for your own selfish reasons, and for wanting to keep her beloved sister within these walls. She hates you for using the entire Zhou family as a setup. She knew that with your temperament, you would sooner or later sacrifice the entire Zhou clan to pave the way for yourself. That's why she took the risk. and gambled with her own marriage. Miss Yan said. Miss Tongtong's first half of her life has already been bitter. Since you cannot change your decision, she will use her own life to pave a path to survival for Miss Tongtong. Xiao Ju said this, and was already sobbing uncontrollably. I could see, she wanted to follow my elder sister, but I would not allow her to do so, while the harem was in chaos. I sent the people I had arranged long ago to prepare the funeral rites for me. And then I had my runer and Mian accompany the empress. I used the excuse of feeling unwell to briefly leave, and took the opportunity to push open the door and grasp the dagger in Xiao Ju's hand. Xiao Ju stared at me, her eyes already full of tears. I told her, you've said so many bad things about my elder sister to me. If I don't clear her name, she'll blame you when she gets to the underworld. Xiao Ju let go after hearing this, holding me tightly as I cried. Crown Prince stared at me, so angry he vomited a mouthful of blood. Zhou Tong, you and your elder sister have deceived me for so many years. At this moment, even if I don't say it, he can figure everything out. From my father and mother disowning me, from my elder sister hating me, his repeated protection of me, every vow he made, was all a trap. I knew from the beginning that Xiao Ju was my elder sister's person. Because of the peach blossom tattoo on her wrist, it was the shape of the peach cookies my sister loved to make for me. Every time Xiao Ju was indignant in front of me, I could see tears welling up in her eyes. I knew, she was as pained as I was. I also knew, my elder sister was the best elder sister in the world to me. She used her bad reputation to pave a bright and glorious path for me. I remember once, the crown prince was drunk, and mistook me for my elder sister, and spoke a heartfelt truth. Yanner, you are the one person in this world who understands me the most. My elder sister was indeed the one who understood him the most in the world. So she knew the crown prince's heart couldn't be reserved for her alone. And she didn't dare to gamble on how long the crown prince's true feelings would last. So she had been planning for her from the beginning. My mother's sarcastic dying words, that the child who could stabilize her position, my elder sister's premeditated assassination, gave her child the capital to contend for the throne. The rumors that spread throughout the palace became the prison for the crown prince. It's just that, my elder sister couldn't predict the accident. The appearance of that fisherwoman did affect my life a little, so everything that was done afterwards was handled by me personally. I remember, old imperial physician Lin from the imperial hospital was a close friend of my father's. When I was just born, he even gave me a longevity lock. Director Wu from the Directorate of Astronomy was a poor scholar my father had sponsored. The favor he owed our family has now been repaid. The palace maid who seduced the crown prince was a pitiful person I had once saved unintentionally, and my children Runer and Mian who were sensible beyond their years. They were all indispensable parts of my revenge plan. The crown prince couldn't believe it, that for so many years, he had been toyed with by a fool like me, but it was useless even if he knew the truth, because the throne was not meant for him to sit on anyway. To prevent further complications, I instructed Xiao Ju